So it's not Adam and Eve. It doesn't make sense, although I'm sure we can remember people by their names, and names have vibrations to them. And also, I'm sure that there's consciousness available as soul, say, whatever that is, intelligence, say God. Whether we align to it really depends on our awareness level. So here we're kind of in density, and so when we are crying out for help or anything like this, like really vibrating, it's a prayer, and it's heard by higher consciousness, and it's possible to feel the presence of your guides, but they can't be seen because they're not in this density, is the best way to explain it, but that's kind of sidetracking. But I needed to get into that field to open up that it's not necessarily, see, when Jesus is killed, her essence disappears and it's just a story left. What I mean is, to our senses, we are limited. We don't really know. Like right now, we don't know if that was a man or a woman or anything. It's just a story, right? You have to be really, really quiet. Really, really, I would say, sensory deprived. Say sensory deprivation. You have to be really still to be able to hear higher consciousness levels of beings. But they would tell you, if there's somewhere, I'm sure, in the scripture where Jesus was reported to have said, okay, so there's a prayer that says, Our Father who art in heaven, which that needs to be torn apart. Who art in heaven? Why does it say art? Do we forget what art is? There's an artist up there. Hallowed be thy name. Hallowed. 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 HOLLOWED. Hallowed. You know what that means? Hallowed be thy name. Be thy name. There's nothing in it. It's an instrument. It's a hollow bamboo. It says it's there, but it's not. You know, Jesus was a looking glass. She probably said it. Don't look at me, look through me. I am not who I say I am. I and my Father are one. So no names are standing the test of time. Those are hollow. We look through them. What were they doing? They were holding up the truth. Well, we don't have to go through a name. Just like you don't need to listen to the Channel 4 news or your narcissist to get a take on reality, let alone the truth, a very silent, a quiet experience that you're going to have to have within the silent movie. So it's math and very, very not vague, but solid equations, geometry that stands the test of time if you were to communicate something of any use to anybody. First of all, it's best to work the math. It has to be like as simple as H2O. Everybody knows what H2O is, and I'm talking about, when I say everybody, babes, upper atmosphere, lower atmosphere, it doesn't change. Well, the letter H is a symbol, not a letter. Although, let her. I think we should let her. So it's a nice sentiment anyway. Getting back to its symbolism, babes. The H is looking at parallels and then a hookup between the two. You know, you got to be, you got to kind of look at that. But really, I found it's really, if you look at it, it's the torus flow. It's like the yin yang. You know, it's the two polarities, and then there's the center. It's just a stick figure. If you move it this way, it's a freaking a circle. With now you can see inside, and it's an oscillator now. It's O. Perhaps, but no. It is. The H is a symbol. It's a stick figure. I figured it's the yin yang symbol. It's you got to start using your imagination and see. I'm going to put a video up here, which has sparked what I've been downloaded with, which it's just more and more simplifying something into our perceptions to be able to understand. Quite like cut and dried, highly scientific. When we say scientific, it's just the truth of the truth. What we would find if we weren't fed a crock of shit by way of prejudice of mind. So having said that, I'm going to put this video up. To me, it's profound because of what I'm looking at and what the simple math points at. All it does is it breaks down the BABBLE, you would say BABBLE, and it starts to point at the upper and lower spectrums, the math that's working. Wave math, I call it. And then there's particle math, but the vowels represent the wave math. It's symbolism. These are stick pictures showing us how the universe is rendering through our eye. I just told you directly what I'm pointing at.